I've been asked this quite a bit the past few days on how I'm feeling and what it means, and I'm still struggling to summarize how I feel. Obviously, extremely humbled, honored, and the pride I feel inside being able to have this opportunity is something I didn't know would happen again for me, and it's been a dream for a couple of years now to get back in there, and for it to be happening means the absolute world to me, and I feel like a little kid that's reaching their dreams all over again. So yeah, not being able to say it right, but that's just how I feel. Like I'm just the happiest, just euphoric, and it's just a big, deep sense of internal pride. I think my netball journey took a bit of a roadblock and a couple of turns that I wasn't expecting. And I think one thing I knew true to myself is that I didn't want that to be the end of it. But I also had in the back of my mind that it may be, because that's taken out of my hands. So for me, I just made sure that I took every opportunity that I could. And yes, it wasn't ideal that I wasn't in a fully contracted position when it came to SSN. And that also meant I can't be selected for Roses. So it's been, I feel like, a long time coming for me trying to get to this point. And I've had to work extremely hard and do some things that I guess some people would think, why would you be doing it at that time in your career? So for me to be able to, I guess, have faced adversity and been resilient and persistent and just being humble with how I do things, that I'm getting this opportunity now. And I guess I try and reflect that back to anyone that has a dream, that don't give up on it straight away when you hit a roadblock, because you just don't know what's around the corner if you persevere and work really hard. I also looked into myself because I think it was just a searching period of who am I away from the netball court. And so I had that opportunity to, I guess, find that and see that, yeah, okay, I can be successful away from the netball court, because I guess for so long I tied who I was as a person to being Chelsea Pitman, the netballer. So I think holistically I'm in such a better position knowing that I'm going to be all right when I step away from the game. So yeah, I obviously have my support system, but it was just a self-learning journey on finding out who I am and how strong I can be. It's extremely heartwarming to see, I guess, the love and the positivity that I've received from fans and even friends and acquaintances that I haven't heard from in such a long time, and just showing their support. And I feel like, I guess, I'm pretty open on social media. I don't share everything, but I do give people an insight into my journey, and I feel like a lot of those people have been part of it, the ups and downs, and I think to have such a welcoming response has been, it's just been so nice to see. And I understand there's also going to be opinions on the other side, but that's just the way it is. But most of all, like, extremely grateful that people are positive towards me being back in the Roses. The culture, it's so unique what the Roses have, and it's so special. And that's why I guess I wanted to be back part of it, because everyone is extremely welcoming, the standards that they set, the intensity at what we train at, and then just the fun and the banter that we have away from the court is none other. Because when we're on the netball court, we're so competitive because we want to be putting our best foot forward for the team, as well as to be put in a position to be selected. And that's not just for a team, but that's to be getting in a starting position or anything. But then as soon as we step off the court, we're best mates, and it's not false, it's genuine. And so I think the culture we have here is one of a kind. And whether we're successful or not, or when you're on the outside of it, you still feel a part of it. So even though I haven't been a Rose the past couple of years, everyone still checks in with you, still celebrates your successes, and I think that's just something really special. I think my expectation would be the same as every other girl in the team, we want to win, and we want to win all 3 games. I think the girls that represented England at the Commonwealth Games had a convincing win over them, but looking at the team coming up against them in the next 2 weeks, is a completely different team with a mix of the Commonwealth Games girls, younger girls, re-entering ones in myself, that it's really a good test to see where the depth of our squad is. And for the new ones to be able to have a taste at that style of netball and international netball, as well as doing it at home. I think Commonwealth Games, everyone will be disappointed with what the outcome was. But you know what, you got to find a way to move past that, because we're on to the next. And so the test series, it's going to be difficult. Uganda are really good, and they play a style that is quite frustrating because they retain possession and they play quite laterally to then go forward. And so for us, we just need to make sure that we stick to our game plan, play to our strengths, and also just build each other with confidence. With everyone's might be touching the court at international level for the first time, or it's been a long time. So just making sure we get around each other, get confident, and play simple netball. We don't lie when we say the crowd is our 8th player or the 13th player, because they seriously are. When there's ebbs and flows in the games and you can just hear the roar and you can feel it when you're out there, nothing beats it. And I think if you're feeling a bit fatigued or anything, you just need to look around you, and when you see you at home and you see all the red and everyone in the supporters kit, it just gives you that little bit extra life to be able to keep going. And two, because you have such a sense of pride, because you want to perform for them, because you're representing the country for them.